So you're interested in learning more about Deerfield Beach, Florida? Well, in this video, I'm going to take you for a Google Maps tour of the city so you can get a better understanding of what we have going on here. I'm going to talk about restaurants, downtown, shopping, schools, and some cool neighborhoods in the area. So stay tuned and let's get into it right now. And just a quick reminder, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing in South Florida, and specifically in this video, Deerfield Beach, hit the subscribe button below, tap the bell for notifications, and you'll be the first one to get the update on what is going on in our local market. If we haven't met before, my name's Larry Mastropieri. I'm the broker owner of the Mastropieri Group based right here in South Florida. And the team and I, we get phone calls from people like yourself every day looking to make that smooth move to South Florida. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, don't hesitate to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, put up a smoke signal, whatever it takes, just take that first step. We'd love to be the ones to help you make this move happen. Now, as I mentioned, we're going to walk through Deerfield Beach right here on the Google map. So let's get into this right now. Now, as I always do, while we're loading the map here, let me read to you the City of Deerfield Beach's vision statement. It's to be the most dynamic South Florida coastal community in which to live, work, and play. And I would say downtown Deerfield Beach is a cool place to live and play. So I think they're doing a good job of that. Now, looking at the Google map here, let's talk about Deerfield Beach's proximity to the surrounding cities and where it sits in South Florida. Deerfield Beach is located in North Broward County. It's the furthest north city along the coast in Broward County. It's located in between three major cities: West Palm Beach to its north, which is about 30 to 40 minutes away, Fort Lauderdale to its south, which it's about 20 to 30 minutes away from, and then Miami, which it's about an hour away from. And to get a little bit more granular, it's in between Boca Raton to its north, which is in Palm Beach County, and then Lighthouse Point and Pompano Beach to its south, which is also in Broward County, and then to its west, directly on its western border, is Coconut Creek. As I typically do, let me point out Deerfield Beach's proximity to some other major cities in Florida because I think a lot of people from out of the area aren't aware of how big the state of Florida is. So we'll start with Orlando. Orlando's about 2.5 to 3 hours away. Tampa is about 4 hours away. Jacksonville's about 5 to 6 hours away. And to get to the first Florida Key, it takes about 2 hours-ish. And to get all the way to Key West, it's about 4 hours, which is pretty cool. That's a cool weekend trip to check out. And then finally, the Bahamas, it's extremely close, and I think that's a very huge advantage to living in South Florida. Also, Deerfield Beach's proximity to the three major airports in the area is extremely efficient. It's right in between the three major cities, West Palm, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. And so it's very close to those three international airports. It takes about 30 minutes to get to the West Palm Airport, 20 to 30 minutes to get to the Fort Lauderdale International Airport, and about an hour or less to get to the Miami International Airport. Living in South Florida in general makes it very easy to get to those three major airports. Now let's talk about the geography of Deerfield Beach, and let me just mention that I think the city has its own unique and special vibe to it, and two things that come to mind that I think influence that quite a bit is the very active beach and then the little downtown right on the beach associated with that. It's right here on the map. It's very small but very cool to go hang out at. As you can see here on the map, the city of Deerfield Beach has about 1 to 2 miles of public accessible beachfront, which is pretty significant. And then also connected directly to that is their little downtown area. So you really get an experience of all the action happening in one space, from beach to restaurants to bars to shopping, all existing in one little area, which creates a pretty cool vibe in that little downtown area. Additionally, check this out here on the map. You can see that Deerfield Beach sits directly in between two major inlets, the Boca Raton Inlet and the Hillsborough Inlet. I mean, it's positioned very perfectly to get access very quickly to either one of those. So I think that is a geographic advantage for the city. It adds value to their intercoastal waterfront property and the canal front property here because you can quickly get access to the ocean if you're a boater. Also, check this out right here on the map. The city of Deerfield Beach has one intercoastal bridge. It's the Hillsborough Boulevard Bridge. It's a shorter bridge, which I think is a value add for the city because it efficiently connects the mainland to the downtown Deerfield Beach area. And you can see this on the map. There's a few bars and restaurants on the mainland. And so it's easy to bike, walk, or ride across the bridge to the beach when you finish eating on the mainland. And if you live in the neighborhood to the south, I think it also adds property value for you because of that as well. You can easily walk, bike, or ride across the bridge to get to the beach and the little downtown area. Now, let me quickly point out the city limits for Deerfield Beach so you can better understand its geographic borders. So as we mentioned, Boca Raton and Palm Beach County is to the north of Deerfield Beach, and it's divided by a canal system that moves east to west. Now, next, Coconut Creek to its west is divided by Florida's Turnpike right here. Now, as we move south, you can see that Pompano abuts Deerfield Beach right there at Sample Road. And then if you move further east, you'll see that Lighthouse Point borders Deerfield Beach, and it's a little less clear where Deerfield Beach ends and Lighthouse Point begins. Now, let me quickly try to divide Deerfield Beach for you from my perspective. Maybe not everyone agrees with this, but when I like to think about Deerfield Beach, I think about East Deerfield Beach as being east of Federal Highway right here on the map, and West Deerfield Beach being west of Federal Highway all the way to the Turnpike, obviously. And so some people might disagree with that, and they might say, well, East Deerfield Beach is east of 95 all the way to the ocean, and West Deerfield is west of 95 all the way to the Florida Turnpike. Now, I agree with that, but usually when I'm working with clients, I find that either people want to be east of Federal Highway because they're looking for a specific product close to the beach, or they want to be west and they just are looking for a house somewhere west of Federal Highway because the prices are a little bit more affordable. Now let's talk about the road systems here in Deerfield Beach so you can get a good handle on the area. I like to think about Deerfield Beach and anywhere in South Florida as a grid-like system. It typically helps my clients visualize and communicate with me better. So let me point that out for you right here on the map. Let's start by discussing roads that move north to south through Deerfield Beach. We'll start all the way east. Let's talk about A1A first. A1A is the main road that runs along the beach on the island, and in this case, it runs through downtown Deerfield Beach, as we mentioned earlier. Next road as we move west is Federal Highway. There's a lot of retail on Federal Highway. It's also known as Route 1 to people from out of the area. Here locally, we refer to it as Federal Highway. The next road is Dixie Highway. Dixie Highway has a fair amount of industrial lining it. It also has an industrial train that runs right along Dixie Highway. So the next road is 95. 95 is one of the main interstates here in South Florida. And then as we move further west, you'll see South Military Trail. And then moving further west, you'll see Power Line, also known as Jog, in other parts of the South Florida area. And then next is Florida's Turnpike, which is where Deerfield Beach ends. And this is a huge highway here in South Florida. Okay, let me point out the main roads running east to west here in Deerfield Beach. We'll start at the north. Let's talk about Hillsborough Boulevard. You can access 95 from Hillsborough, but you cannot access the Turnpike. Hillsborough Boulevard is the only road that provides access to the island, so it's the only road with the bridge over the intercoastal here in the city. The next road we should point out is Southwest 10th. You can access 95 from Southwest 10th and the Florida's Turnpike. The next road and the final road worth mentioning is Sample. It borders Pompano Beach, and you can access 95 and the Turnpike from Sample Road. Now let me keep it moving. Let me share some stats with you about the city of Deerfield Beach. So we'll start with the population. The population is about 90,000 people. It's ranked the 34th largest city in the state of Florida. It's seen about a 1.3% annual growth rate historically. And the median household income has been about $47,000. I always like to briefly touch on some of the major employers in each city whenever we do these map tours. So let me just point out a few of them here. We'll start with JM Family. JM Family is a very well-known employer locally. They employ about 4,000 people, and they do about $18 billion in revenue. The next one is Mapei, international company, employs about 800 people, and does about $270 million in revenue. People's Trust Insurance, also another big company locally, about 350 employees, and 420 million in revenue. And then World Omni, about 7,500 employees and about 400 million in revenue. And then generally, I'll just say that South Florida has a very strong jobs market because of its population growth, I think, number one, and then also because of its proximity to Latin America. A lot of multinational corporations choose to have their international headquarters here in South Florida because of that proximity. Now let's get into the discussion of beaches and parks. And I think logically the first place to start here is the beach here in Deerfield Beach. As I mentioned earlier, I think Deerfield Beach's beach is pretty special and unique, and I think it's set apart from some of the other beaches in the area. And I'll tell you a little bit about why that is. First off, we'll start with most of Deerfield Beach's activity happens right around the pier area, just a little bit to the north of it and just a little bit to the south. A lot of that has to do with the hotels sit right there on the beach and in that general area. The little downtown is there. The restaurants such as JB's on the beach and Ocean's 234 sit right there as well. So there's a lot of activity in that area. You can rent chairs and other types of services right in that space. There's volleyball courts there. There's picnic tables. There's bicycle racks. A little bit north of there, you can kayak, you can kiteboard, you can surf. That's all allowed in this area, which is pretty cool. In fact, just south of the pier, I've done some actual night scuba diving right off the beach here, which is pretty cool. So generally, this area is just a really cool spot. There's a ton of activity, and it's a great laid-back little beach town in this little sector. Next up, Mangrove Trail Park. Pretty cool spot here in East Deerfield. It's an island, so you have to take a ferry to get over there. Or if you're paddleboarding or kayaking in the area, you can pull right up. You can jump off. You can enjoy the walking trails. There's a picnic area. It's a cool spot to kill a couple hours and enjoy the outdoors. Last but not least, I want to point out Quiet Waters Park here on the map, just south of Hillsborough, just west of Powerline, all the way out West Deerfield. It's a very popular place here in the area. It's well known for its Renaissance Festival and its campgrounds. It's a 430-acre park. It has about a 7-mile mountain biking trail, and it has a big lake with a ton of water activities. Also, very well known is the Ski Rixon Park portion, which is a cable water skiing system. So you can do cable water skiing and cable water wakeboarding, which is just really cool and really unique for the area. Next, let me show you the one public golf course here in Deerfield Beach. It's a really, really nice golf course, Deer Creek Golf Club. I have friends that play here quite a bit. It's located just north of Hillsborough, just west of Military. It's an 18-hole golf course. Next, let's get back into some more of the fun stuff. We're gonna go back to downtown Deerfield Beach. Let me show you some of the nightlife, restaurants, and shopping. Okay, before I bring you all the way back to downtown Deerfield Beach right here on the beach, let's look at the location just west of the Intercoastal, just south of Hillsborough Boulevard. So basically, before you cross over the Hillsborough Bridge to get onto the island, this little area has some cool spots that I want to bring up. We'll start here with the Cove Waterfront Restaurant. Cool spot, right on the water, great place for happy hour. People pull up their boats, they get lunch and dinner there, really cool spot. Casa Maya Grill here in the same little plaza is also a pretty well-known Mexican restaurant, worth checking out. And then Sticky Bun. The Sticky Bun is a great little breakfast spot, definitely worth checking out if you're staying in the area. And then finally, Charm City Burger is a very well-known burger spot here right off of Hillsborough Boulevard. All right, now we'll move on to the downtown Deerfield Beach area. So as you drive over Hillsborough Bridge and you end up on A1A or Ocean Drive, you make a left, and that brings you right into the downtown Deerfield area right on the beach. And there are a handful of restaurants and other cool spots to mention here. So I'm going to briefly just bring up some of the ones I like the best and some of the ones I spend the most time at. All right, first we'll start with Brews Room right here on the map. Usually I park in this Brews Room parking garage over here right off First, and then I kind of wander around downtown Deerfield. So that's a good tip for you guys. Brews Room's a cool spot because it's very well known for its wings. It's also a very cool sports bar. Also, Kilwin's Chocolate right here, great ice cream spot. Just wanted to bring it up. I'm slightly addicted to ice cream, so I usually grab some on the way back when I'm going back to my car if I'm parking in that parking garage. And then I'll mention Island Water Sports because it's a good spot to grab some rentals if you need something such as a paddleboard or other beach gear. Next, let me point out the Whale's Rib restaurant right here, right before we round the bend. It's a great spot, very well known. It's won a bunch of awards. If you go, you got to get the whale fries and the whale sauce. Next, let me mention Kahuna's Bar. It's pretty popular to go out and grab some drinks and enjoy the live music that they usually have there. And I'll just bring up JB's on the beach and Ocean's 234 real quick again, because they're great restaurants to enjoy some live music, sit down, have dinner or lunch right there, basically on the beach. And additionally, if you're coming in from out of the area and looking for a place to stay, there's a handful of hotels right here in downtown Deerfield, but there's also a handful of Airbnbs. So you can come down here, stay. It's very, very low key. It's a great spot just to chill out and decompress. Let me briefly touch on Deerfield Beach's school system. So Deerfield Beach is located in Broward County, as we mentioned, which is in the Broward County School District. And Broward County is the 6th largest school district in the United States, and it's the 2nd largest in Florida. It serves about 256,000 students. Some of the top-ranked public schools in Deerfield Beach, though, I'll point them out on the map here as well, is Quiet Waters Elementary, Deerfield Park Elementary School, and Deerfield Beach Middle School. Additionally, Deerfield Beach's public schools have an average math proficiency of 27% versus Florida public school average of about 48%. And their reading proficiency scores are about 39% versus statewide of 52%. Now I'm going to show you some of the cool neighborhoods that I think are worth pointing out in Deerfield Beach. And at the same time, I'll also point out some of the areas where new construction is going on. Let's start by talking about the Cove neighborhood right here in the heart of Deerfield Beach, just south of Hillsborough Boulevard, just east of Federal Highway, all the way up to the Intercoastal. Great location, very accessible to downtown. You can walk, you can run, you can drive your golf cart. A lot of people in the neighborhood do that. So it's a pretty cool spot. It's got a cool little vibe to it. Homes can range from $600,000, $700,000 all the way up to multi-million dollars if they're sitting on the water. Homes in this neighborhood are experiencing a bit of a transition. So there's homes in the 60s, 70s, 80s that are being bulldozed and knocked down, and they're putting up new construction homes in their place. So I think long-term, this neighborhood has a lot of upside as this transition continues. So it might be something worth considering investing into long-term. Next, let me point out these two little neighborhoods on the island here in Deerfield Beach. Really cool little neighborhoods. That's why I'm bringing them up. There's a mix of retail, single-family, multifamily condos in this little downtown area. And it's really cool because some of it's transitioning. So some of the single-family homes are being bulldozed and they're putting up beautiful custom homes. Some of the multifamily is being used as Airbnbs as an example. So it's kind of this really cool vacation neighborhood. Also, this neighborhood borders Boca Raton, and in Boca Raton, there's a lot of high-end single-family residential homes. So it's a really beautiful neighborhood just to walk through. So this little area, not to mention, it's right next to downtown Deerfield Beach. You could walk to the beach, you could walk to downtown, but you can also walk this beautiful neighborhood and walk through Boca Raton as well. And it's really pretty and just really nice. And I actually really love this neighborhood. I'm a huge fan. Next neighborhood I want to point out here is just north of Hillsborough, just west of Military, just east of Power Line, and it sits right on the Boca Raton border. It's Deer Creek. Deer Creek is tucked in right around the Deer Creek Golf Club, which is what we mentioned earlier. It's really well known for lush green space. It's obviously also on the golf course, which is really nice. And the neighborhood has a range of types of homes, single family, villas, condos, townhomes, all of that's tucked in there. And it's a very well-known neighborhood here in the Deerfield Beach area. Last neighborhood I will point out here is the Villages of Hillsborough Park. It's located in the northwest corner of Deerfield Beach. It's positioned pretty nicely because you can quickly get on the turnpike. It's a great single-family home neighborhood. It has a ton of single-family homes in it, and there's definitely a great sense of community in here. So it's just a really nice neighborhood if you're looking to move to Deerfield Beach. So that's all I have for you on this Google Map video tour of Deerfield Beach. Thank you for watching to the very end. I appreciate you guys. I hope you found a ton of value. And if you are thinking about making that smooth move to South Florida, don't hesitate to reach out, give us a call, send us a text message, shoot us an email. The team is here and available to you as a resource. So until next time, my contact info is in the description below. Thank you for watching.